my god, are we live? I think we're live. I better tweet. I gotta tweet about this. Cool. Cool. Tight. Cool. Tight. I think I'm getting some audio doubling. I'm not monitoring my audio. Oh, it's because I'm listening to the stream. Duh. Okay. I'm the dumb bimbo. Hi, I'm Case. Welcome to live music with Dumbass. Awesome. We got anybody in the chat? Say hi if you're in the chat. 0 viewers. I'm live. I got 0 viewers and I'm live? Come on, it's 4 o'clock. Where are my simps? Yeah, it's 1 minute after 4. I'll give you a few minutes. 3 whole viewers. All right. Hey, Cass. Oh, yeah, it's 1 p.m. Pacific time. Sure, that's true. The real time zone. Eastern is fake time zone. Pacific is the real time zone. But I unfortunately live in the Eastern zone. I'd love to be on Pacific time. It'd be tight. I feel like Twitter's a lot better on Pacific time. You miss the morning craze. So yeah, welcome. People are joining. I think today is going to be a little more chill than last week. I'm just going to jam a bit. There's some stuff I want to try out with one of my modules. The Laquella Cateritas, which I was tweeting a little bit about with somebody. I can't remember their handle. I'll show you out. I want to try making some cool drums to go with like some bass, some like metalish bass lines, maybe some weird synth stuff. I don't know. I think that would be fun. So I'll definitely still take questions. And I'd love to explain stuff I'm doing as I'm doing it, but I think it's going to be a little more chill than last time. Gamer Jame, I saw you post this comment in my last stream as well. Hi, thank you for your dedication. I'm not really sure where you're going with that. Oh, interesting. I got a lot of Pacific time people here in the chat. Welcome, Pacific time fans. Thank you so much for joining at 1 o'clock on a Saturday, which I'm sure is a beautiful day where you are. Thank you for being inside here with me. We're doing bass and synth today. How are my levels? Anyone in the chat? It sounds good to me, but if I'm coming in a little quiet, I can raise everything up so I get better levels on the video. Tell me if I'm too quiet. Mercen Twisty. The QPOS is extremely fun. I'm almost certainly going to be using it today. I use it in almost every patch. It's just a really great filter. Hold on a second. My top-down stream isn't working. Give me one sec. iOS camera. Sorry, one second. Streaming situations with Case Fisher. What is up with my OBS? Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh my god, OBS. I just had this working too, which is very weird. Give me an iOS camera. Give me an iOS camera. Add the thing. Just bear with me, folks. That's the device I want. Latency low. I've got to rotate it. Is mine showing up? Yeah, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Rotate clockwise. Oh yeah, baby. That's looking good. That's looking sweet. It's hard because I want to try and strike a balance of readable, like I want the modules to still be legible, but I also want to capture the whole board because everything I'm doing with the board is part of that whole process. So I think we're getting there now. Yeah, I've got my hand with a little bit of latency. Shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let me head back to the chat. Hi, Noe Ed in the chat. Hi, welcome. So I'm feeling like doing some noisy stuff today. I've got my bass here, which is like a short scale. You know what? Big webcam view. I'm going to bass here. It's a short scale bass. It's small because I'm small, and it's better for lower clarity and down tuning. This sounds really great. I've dropped my top string down, so I'm using drop D on the bass. And I should tune it, so first thing I'm going to do is tune it. You're going to have to bear with me tuning. Yeah, I think everything is sharp. My apartment's really humid, and every time I pick this up, it's sharp. There we go. D. A. D again. Also sharp. G for some reason is perfectly in tune already. Cool. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So again, anyone in the chat, tell me if my levels are sounding good without you having to crank your computer up to full. I want to make sure I'm getting good volume on this video, on the stream. So hopefully that's not too loud for you. You should let me know in the chat. Awesome. So that's kind of, I want to live in that world a little bit today. And we'll get to the guitar, but I want to also work on some cool percussion stuff with the synth. And I also have some stuff patched up that I'll repatch. So yeah, let's start patching up some drones and see where we're going to go with this medley thing. I'll also definitely, answer questions and stuff, but we're going to start with the synth for a bit. I'm going to unpatch what I've got here and then repatch it. So let's start with the Liquelica Terratas. This is a module that has, I think, vexed me for a long time. It has such a range of sounds and, God, I'm on the wrong view, sorry. This module right here, Liquelica Terratas, has vexed me for a long time. It is a digital complex synthesizer module, and it can create a lot of different sounds because it has two oscillators built in, and they can be FM'd against each other. They can modulate each other according to 3 different algorithms on this toggle switch. And it's vexed me because while you can get a lot of really interesting timbres out of it, it also kind of only sounds like itself a little bit, and I find it doesn't actually respond to filtering as well as I would want it to. So what I'm going to do here is just reset everything on the Liquelica kind of down to normal. And I'm going to completely open up a filter so the filter's not affecting it at all, so we can use the filter later. And play around with some of these bass sounds. If I get any sound out of this bad boy. Okay, here we go. So we have this like with no modulation or anything applied. We get this kind of like almost like a sine tone. It's also really low here on these different algorithms. Let's go on this first algorithm. And there's 4 controls that one is a wave folder, one is some kind of distortion, and a couple other morph between several different waveforms. So as I start pulling these up, I'm going to get some crazy sounds. Like a chainsaw, right? And with the filter, like that's responding okay. And like, it's just a little filter on the way. One of the things that Liquelica Terratas is really good at is responding to modulation, because all of these 4 parameters, as well as some other parameters, have CV input. So if I get some LFOs going, no, geez, looking cable. And this is what's given me issues with Liquelica before, is that I never really get a satisfying morphing drone kind of sound when I do this. It's always just, it kind of sounds like itself too much. And, you know, we can put all of these waves actually through attenuation, so they're not as aggressive on the initial waveform, and end up with a sort of subtly evolving pattern. That's also cool. I can put an LFO through there as well, maybe. Should also put that through attenuation. And so, like, I've done a lot of this sort of thing with Liquelica Terratas. It's sort of like, let's add a bunch of LFOs and kind of make a glitchy thing. And it's never really been that satisfying to find something good. Maybe we'll find something today. There's 2 other algorithms as well. This is all like great sound design stuff, but I do find it's a lot to be musical with this. Maybe I think actually, let's break from what we've been doing and actually run through the VCA built into this filter, which means I will have to feed this filter and its built-in VCA an envelope in order to make us hear the sound, because now with the volume on and a cable plugged into the gain input on the filter, we hear no sound. So I need to give it an envelope. I'm going to give it an envelope out of tides, and we'll trigger tides with our main clock here, which what I've already done with this patch up here is I've taken this blinking clock button that you can see and put it into a multiple, so I can get multiple copies of it. Actually, I'm sorry, you can't really see, but I'm here. I have my flashing clock, my like pulse, and I'm multiplying that signal from 1 to multiple outputs, so I can send them to different places. 4 options here. So I'll take that clock and clock tides. And now we've got like a clock timed envelope. Let's slow it down, it's like pretty fast. And now with the modulation interacting with the envelope timing, I think we can start to get some kind of interesting rhythm. That's pretty cool. It's kind of tight. I'm gonna take this clock out, and what I've done is I've taken the clock and plugged it into my Mutable Instruments marbles, which is, you know, I'm gonna zoom in the camera a little bit. Is that better? I feel like that's a little easier to see, to be honest. I know the lighting's not ideal, but this is Mutable Instruments marbles, and it's a random clock generator and sequencer and all kinds of things. So I'm going to take the clock, I'm feeding it to trigger stuff, and go from that into tides, and it's going to let me do some things in the future. Or trigger, sorry. So nothing's changed, it's just that I have more options available to me for the clocking over here. I kind of like this. This is like a really alien-like, scary sound. Yeah, it's still too regular for sure, so I'm going to move it into one of these two inputs here. And these are currently being triggered based on a coin flip. So every time our normal clock hits, we're only going to get one of these two outputs flashing, and it'll either be the left one or the right one, based on the probability of this knob, or the probability of this knob controls either more on one side or more on the other side. So if I go into the left here and turn the probability all the way to the right, it's always going to come out of the right. So this way I can give it some variability. It's like sort of a random chance that it's going to hit or not. So nothing. As we get closer to 50-50, we're getting randomly one or the other one. And we can capture a rhythm that we like. I'm just going to let it go for a bit right now. Hey, how's it going in the chat? What are we going to do next? I also really think it needs some reverb. I'm going to run it through my pedal chain, which currently only has one pedal in it, the Earthquaker Devices transmitter, and that's going to just turn this into some dry signal into like a really open and ambient signal. So I'm going to turn up the dry wet here. And I have a foot pedal, an expression pedal hooked into the filter cutoff on the transmitter. So with my foot, I can kind of do these. Cool. That's kind of tight, actually. Is everything still sounding good in the chat, by the way? If you could just give me a thumbs up or something to let me know if everything sounds all right. It should be nice and loud. Now, like another thing that I haven't really tried much of is changing the pitch information with the Liquelic. You can definitely get some wild stuff. Thank you so much, Cass. Before taking it out to my ambience pedal, I'm going to run it through a delay. Just a nice stereo delay. Well, actually, I guess I won't be using stereo. Maybe I should run it from the pedal and then into my delay. I have no idea what that'll sound like. Let's find out. That might be cool. I want to get like a nice big sound bed with a bit of percussive material that I can play the bass over it and feel like I have good accompaniment and a full soundscape. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here. So I'm going left in from the pedal and then a left and a right out. So if you're wearing headphones, you're going to get that stereo, baby. I hope you are wearing headphones. Gonna get some stereo delay happening. So channel 3. So that's coming out of the pedal. It's only being colored by the circuit in the delay right now. I don't really like the pitch modification either. I'm gonna take that out. I'll just tune this how I want to tune it. It's like really nice and bassy. I'm loving that. I'm gonna turn down the resonance in the filter so it stays nice and bassy. And then let me know if you're hearing all that sweet, juicy stereo goodness in the chat. It sounds really good for me. I kind of would like to more selectively change the pitch of this. So I wonder how I can do that. Maybe I can take some kind of like clocked down signal from the clock. So like, actually, yeah, let's do that. So I removed the trigger, the clock, that's triggering our envelope on tides, and I'm going to replace it with a stackable cable so I can use this signal again. And this time, I'm going to use that signal and put it into a clock divider. Alright, I'll use this module. Oh, it's not a regular signal. That's actually not going to work. Right, of course. So I'm rearranging some of my so I have a slowed down signal, trigger signal coming out of here now. And what I want to do with this is use it to trigger pitch changes from the architect. And then we'll be able to pick a scale and all kinds of cool stuff. So let's see if this sounds good first of all. This sounds pretty tight already. I kind of feel like maybe it's a bit repetitive to just have the pattern repeat the 3 pulse over and over again. Let's find something else. I mean, it's not bad. Let's try it with new pitch maybe, and then we'll see. I want to find something that feels lively. This is just like such a cool, scary, like Half-Life 2 sound that I'm kind of vibing it. So we're going to take the pitch information out from the architect, which if you see here is cycling through notes on the scale, kind of in a random slow way, based on that signal, the clock signal took. So okay. I feel like what I need is a kick drum, honestly. I feel like what's really missing is like just something to anchor the, you know. So maybe let's try making a drum. I have enough modules left here to very easily make a drum, I think. And I'll use the endorphins module here to do it. I'll take... How am I going to do this? I don't really want to use the QPOS just for a drum, but okay, I'll run through the others. So for this kick drum, we're going to go into a low-pass gate with an oscillator and trigger it, and then do some dynamics modulation. So right now there's nothing. Let's take our normal clock again, just the normal quarter pulse. Obviously that's too loud, or not too loud, too high. Okay, I mean it's basic, but you know, let's add some dynamics to this. We also have a CV control on the low pass gate, so I can feed in another signal into the dynamics information. So maybe I'll use one of these random channels. Oops. One of these random channels from the marbles. Every time the clock pulse hits. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, that's kind of like a cool trilling effect, actually. Kinda love that. source of modulation, perhaps another LFO. Adjusting some of the wave folding that's happening on the oscillator. So now that drum is like really interesting. What I really would like is a way to sidechain against this kick drum, and I can't really do that. With the setup I have right now, without maybe a ton of patching. I wonder if I could do that. Sidechain against the kick, against that trigger signal. I guess I could. Let's try it, actually. So the signal, before it gets to my delay pedal, we need to go through a VCA. I don't really have any spare VCAs, honestly, so that's a problem. I could install some in my rack for next time, but I don't actually have one right now. So I could use the VCA in the QPAS. So let's do that. So we're still going to keep it mono, and we're going to go, low pass right into the. So no difference here, but the QPAS has a VCA, and I can trigger that VCA with the same clock that's firing our drum. Which right now is just the normal clock pulse. So one issue we have, though, is that if you look up on the scope, our trigger signal is positive. So if I just throw that in the VCA, it's going to do the opposite of a sidechain. It's going to say, be loud when there's a drum hit. We need to invert this signal. So I'll go into this channel with my attenuator. And now, oh my god, it's still positive, really? Oh, I've got to turn it negative. There we go. Now it's negative. And now that it's negative, here, I'm going to put that into the VCA and turn up the gain. Oh my god, it's not working? This VCA doesn't like negative voltages, I bet. That is possible. It does often happen, even with it wide open. Okay, well, it doesn't work. Yeah, that's interesting and too bad. Well, I don't have another VCA, except for the one I'm already using to trigger the envelope. I guess I could use this channel as a VCA, but I doubt that's going to work either. Let's try it. So I have a second channel of a low-pass gate, and I'll try and use this low-pass gate with its CV input. Let's see if that works. It's going to make our sound a little duller, though. Yeah, it's also not working. It doesn't like negative signals, especially a low-pass gate is not going to like negative signals because it's expecting positive voltage. So I don't think we can sidechain today. It's too bad. I'm kind of liking the driving beat we have here, though I still feel like the Terratas could be more interesting. question of whether the scale I'm using is appropriate for what I want to play on the bass. And this is definitely where I am falling down a little bit because I don't really have a ton of musical theory knowledge, but it's going through these 4 notes. It's going through D flat, or rather, it's going through C sharp, E, F sharp, and then G sharp. So if anyone knows what C sharp, E, F sharp, and G sharp are in scale, maybe tell me what scale that is. What scale is that? If someone could tell me in the chat, I'd be eternally grateful. Just checking the chat. C sharp minor. Oh, hey, Day, thanks. I mean, the thing is, I like it. It sounds good. I just don't know what I'm going to be playing on the fretboard to, like, actually be in tune with it. I'm going to pick up the bass and just see what happens. Also definitely need like a high percussive sound as well, like a hi-hat or something, which I'm gonna get back to for sure. Yeah, Dave, you're totally right. I need a hi-hat and a snare. Let's do that. Treble. Let's make some more drums, and I'll get back to noodling the bass. Right. So we've got our steady pulse here. Now, I do have another channel of triggers available to me and a lot of options here. So, remember the coin flip over here? I have the opposite coin flip, which I could use for a snare. I think that might be cool. So, let's see if we can get a... Do I have a snare sound? That's the question. I'm running out of oscillators, so I guess I could use tides here as an oscillator for a snare. If I make it nice and loud, and like they're correctly pitched. A sawtooth wave set up here to turn into a snare. So snare on 2, snare on channel 2, baby. It's gonna sound like shit. We'll get there. It needs to be high. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't need to use tides for this. I have rings. I'm just gonna use rings. I'm gonna use this clock to strum rings. I'm gonna make a nice snare out of rings. No brainer. No freaking brainer, baby. My favorite. Oh, G minor? I'm also a dumbass with theory. Thank you. G sharp. G sharp. Yes. Okay, G sharp. That's good to know. Thanks, Day. I appreciate it. You're wrong. Don't listen. Okay. Everyone ignore Day. She's a dumbass. She's a big dumb bimbo. I can also use white noise. Maybe I'll use white noise. I'm like definitely not thinking what might be best here, but I think just white noise going into a low pass gate is going to sound tight. I don't need to use rings. I'll keep rings for something else. There we go. Now that's not really a great rhythm, so I'm actually going to switch marbles here to a better mode for drums. I just want to crank it too. It's like it needs more volume. I don't know who that is. Post a link in the chat. Dang. Who's Damon Albarn? Also, thanks. Yeah, the snare is not really hitting. It's a little weak. It's because I'm using white noise through this low pass gate. I might try going through something else. Just for a little more oomph, you know? I need an envelope for that as well. So, I'm running out of modules, oh my god. I definitely have a dearth of... Yeah, I don't know who that is. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm a Gorillaz fan. I just don't know, like, I'm a casual fan. I'm a fake Gorillaz girl. Yeah, their cartoon character is Day. I don't know who Damon Ivory Wayans is. Front man of the Gorillaz. Damon Albarn. I guess I'll have to look him up. No, I refuse your shame, Cass. Now there's a snare that or a hi-hat that I'm happier with. The envelope is a little tricky here. It's not hitting super hard. Damon Manuel Miranda. Yes, that's right. very hard. I'm not really set up to do a ton of drums in here right now, but it's okay. Actually, the high bit does help. It could use some reverb though. Everything could use reverb. And then one more sound source, right? One more sound source rings for one more bit of percussion, I think. Oh, thanks, Dave. Okay, I'm getting a good rhythm here. Alright, let's bring the bass back. Love a lo-fi drum. So check out my pick. It's rainbow. Adjust my levels. I feel like the guitars are a fair bit louder. Yeah, mixing live is a challenge. I think I'm gonna do a whole stream about mixing live because it's hard. That's kind of my like high treble. I've also got like a bassier, fuzzier tone that I'm playing with. That's the like really drone metally stuff that you're gonna see on my next EP. I think for this track, I'm gonna go with the higher treble. Better in the mix. So the bass is running through an amp and an attenuator, a load box. Thanks. Yeah, this is sounding pretty tight. I'm really into this. Should get my loopers in it next time. Let's see, what else can we switch up here? I do still have another voice. One second, I'm gonna adjust my flanger a little bit. It's a little better. I think I want to change up my core bed here. So I'm going to mute the percussion and just deal with this for a sec. Because I feel like it's a little bit lackluster and a little maybe too techy for the grimy tone I'm getting out of the guitar. I'm gonna turn off the pedal as well, just to get a sense of what we're really dealing with here. So again, this is our bass sound. Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, big 2008 vibes, yeah. So this is like the core sound before all the effects are on it. And it's being clocked from where again? Gain is coming from, oh yeah, it's this envelope here. It's being triggered by that. Maybe it's time we gave this a new source of rhythm information. So this cable that was doing the same thing that the kick drum was doing, I think instead we're going to source from another source of rhythm. Take our last channel of the main clock and run it through my Euclidean sequencer, which gives me I'm vibing this. This is great. should really have headphones on for this. Thanks, Dan. Bear with me, I'm trying to balance this, my mixing line here with the guitar. it's hard to find an end to a jam when the synth kind of just keeps running forever, right? So I'm gonna try and find an ending to this cool jam. I don't know. Usually I just do a lot of feedback stuff. I don't know, we'll see. Changing the tempo on this one. Yeah, focusing with the drone I think is a nice way to end this jam. Oh yeah, okay, I'll talk more about that. This is a trick I do a lot, where if I want to turn a rhythm or something into a drone, I'll just crank the tempo until it blurs into audio rate. Because modular is so flexible, I can just fire this clock like insanely fast. Yeah, that's actually really tight. Fuck yeah, this is a computer doing punk rock. Sorry, what's controlling this snare again? Something. Alright, this. This is tight. said, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. If you don't follow me, please follow me. Day, I love you. Oh, wait. Actually, wait a minute. Don't leave. Don't leave. 1 second. I think CC is streaming after me. Don't leave. Yeah. I'm going to pump you over to CC's account. They're going to be streaming some stuff any minute now. Please stay. Please stay. My mistake. Please stay. Thank you so much, everybody. Hell yeah. That was tight. That was sick and tight. Ah, cool jam. All right. If anyone has any questions about anything before CC's ready to stream, I would love to take them and talk about the patch. I don't think they're ready yet. I'm going to slowly wrap up here. But I'd love any questions about stuff or like quick demos of things. When's the new EP happening? Femftagen, amazing username. When's the new EP happening? Have I done things in this style before? No. This EP is going to be different from my others because it's going to be featuring the bass and a lot of these sort of like drone metal sounds that I've been playing today. So this is definitely new. I've never done anything in this style before. I bought this bass like a couple months ago, and I had the guitar before that, but I wasn't really playing it a lot. So it's definitely going to be new, like really new material. A lot of material that's probably like in tone and vibe, similar to what we heard today. But I don't have a date for it. It's not happening. It's going to be this year. Obviously, like, it's this year. I'm aiming for the fall, not winter, like after my birthday, which is mid-September, like kind of around there. But not a lot of things about it are baked yet. There's no track list. The way I work is really improv-based and really jam-based. So, like, part of what we heard today might make it into a track. I might clip this and layer it and loop it and stuff and do something with that. For example, but no, I'm trying to do these jams to get more into the practice of recording, and what ends up on the EP, I really don't know yet. So it's gonna take as long as it takes, basically, until I find enough good material and cut away until only the best stuff is left. Case P. Is every sound starting from the guitar or bass? No, a lot of the sounds today started from the synth rig. Only the kind of like really bassy, like crunchy metal vibe sound was coming from the bass. Everything else was coming from the synth this time. All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to send you over to CC now. I'm going to... Oh, God. How do I do that? quick actions. Yeah, so thank you everyone so much for joining today. Um, this was really fun. It was great seeing people in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. It's going to be the same time next week for another one. And I am going to send you over to CC. They are doing some really fun stuff on their stream today. I'm sure you've seen the tweet as well. Raid channel? How do I do that? Pick a live channel to raid. No, I don't think I want to raid you. I think I want to send people to you. Host. I want to host. Okay, cool. Let's figure out how to do that. Host channel. Yeah, baby, let's do it. I'm going to send you all over to CC. They're going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to be watching their stream. I'm really excited to look at them do some of their GarageBand stuff and some playing. Hosting. See everybody. Love y'all so much. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I think I will try raiding you then. I'm going to unhost you, and I'm going to raid you. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to tell everyone here to come over to your actual channel. But I'm going to try raiding you. Raid. 4 viewers are ready to raid. Go, 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 go. Raid now, raid now. Ah. Slam that raid button. Twitch is very weird. I don't know if it's working or not. I'm hosting you.